So the 7.11 patch guide is here, and I'll go over the rune sets first. Runes is this. The only one that I use right now on every Smurf accounts. On my main account, I'm trying out something different, but that's beside the point. This is what I use mainly, and so attack speed on the reds, attack speed on the quintesses, and scaling HP on the yellow, which provides me 216 HP at level 18, and the 27 MR at level 18 scaling MR. So this is the only page that I use. Alright, and then the masteries is the 18012, just like this. I either go with this or this. This is depending on the situations. Against like a Fiora, Riven, or Tryndamere, the auto tech based champions, I go with this tough skins. And against the magic dealers like a Swan, Cassiopeia, Cho'Gath, Malphite, those kind of like magic dealing champions, or even tank champions like Galio, Gragus, I go with this Siege Master because I get more magicians under my turret, and then they end up pushing quite hard. Magic dealers usually pushes, yeah, and auto tech based dealers doesn't usually push, but their all-in is really strong, so tough skin is pretty good against that. And so that's the only mastery that I run. And then lastly, the item sets. Okay, so this one I have a lot of things to talk about this. I start with the Dolan Shield. Almost every single games I start with the Dolan Shield, no matter what the hell the match is. Yeah, even against Tryndamere. I guess against a Singed I still start with the boots. Against a Singed and Darius, some of the matches you just need to move speed in the early game. Yeah, Singed and Darius are probably top 2. Against a Pantheon, I still start with the Dolan Shield, so I don't get a cloth armor anymore. Yeah. Yep. And then like my first base, I tried to buy boots with a Dolan's ring or boots with a G belt. It's depending on how much money that I have and depending on what kind of matchup that I'm against. Alright, well, and then this is the items. Mallet, Liandry, Blade Rune King. Oh, I don't grab the Visage. Why is Visage here? Mallet, Liandry, Blade Rune King, a QSS. And the last option is really depends. It can be a Visage. It can be a Visage, it can be an Hourglass. Or it can be a Rage Blade. Probably one of those 3. Yeah, one of those 3. Or you can even grab the Ruinous Hurricane for early game dominance. Like it's really depending on the choices, but and then boots are these 3: Ninja Tabai, Mercury Treads, and Safety Boots. Berserker Screams is another option, I guess. Yeah, I'll give you this. Against the Singed, I still go with the Boots of Safeness. I think Singed and probably like something like a Trundle. Yeah, those champions that only has a slow, I go with the Boots of Sweetness. And Berserker Greaves, this is for dominance. And mostly I go Ninja Tabai, Mercury Shreds. Ninja Tabai, probably 60% of the games I go with Ninja Tabai. And probably 30 or 20% of games I go with Mercury Shreds. It's really depending on the matchups and then what kind of team comp that they have. And lastly, you know, the last option, Visage, Hourglass, or Rage Blade for last items after these 5. And then that's about it. And I got a question, why not go with the natural suits? So right now, what's the stat that I'm having? The stats that I'm having in these item sets is probably like, let's say the Ninja Tabai. If I grab Ninja Tabai, I get an armor, I got a magicians from Mercury Shreds, I got a 1000 HP total from 700 Mallet and 300 Liandry, and this allows me to keep up the not dying from their burst damage, like especially like Syndra's burst damage. I also have a 216 HP going on with the rune page at level 18, so it allows me to, as long as you don't get bursted, one-shotted, then you're able to deal a consistent damages, because the champions that has a burst, usually they have the cooldown term, you know. After, if we talk about the Syndra uses the ultimate, then that's all. Her burst is now down, but she still has a Q and W and E for some damages, but her main burst is down, and from that point you can start hitting her, stuff like that. That's what my main build is for. Survive the burst damage and then hit them back while the skills are on the cooldown for them. That's why I play mostly a defensive style. And then as they run away, they sometimes get hit by the traps or they consistently get slowed by mallet. By the way, the summer spells that I run is a Ghost and Flash. Yeah, Ghost and Flash. Yeah, Ghost and Flash only. A Nature's Tooth. So if I were to grab the Nature's Tooth, like I'd probably not grab the Blade Rune King and then get the Nature's Tooth, right? There's no other items that you could possibly take out and grab the Nature's Tooth instead. I guess the Nature's Tooth can be placed in before instead of a Liandry, but the damage difference between a Liandry and Nature's Tooth is quite a lot. Nature's Tooth only provides you about 50% attack speed and then a little bit of on hit. The on hit damage provided from the Nature's Tooth, with like let's say if you have about 200 API, then you gain like what? I think you gain like a 50 or 60 magic damage on hit. And compared to the Blade Rune King, 60 or 50 magic damage on hit or the Blade Rune King when usually the champion is about having a 2000 HP, Blade Rune King provides, I believe, more than 100 on hit damage. Yeah. Or close to 100 on hit damage. And that is why I go for Blade Rune King. Not just that Blade Rune King active and the Blade Rune King passive on a lifesteal. There's so many stuffs that you cannot really give up the Blade Rune King instead of Nature's Tooth. And that's the main reason. And I think that's about it. Yeah. So this is the main build, and then last item gets to be Visage, Hourglass, or a Rage Blade, or you can go anything that you like to. I think it's really depending on the situation, but these three are main three items that I go. Yeah, I tried a Liandry a lot with the mallet, and I think it finally works. It finally works. I got used to it. Yeah. If you don't like the Liandry, I suggest the Visage instead of Liandry, because the Visage will give you more tankiness. And sometimes I do go without a Liandry too. When the enemy is stacking so much magicness from the early game, or when you have like a 4 AP team comp that you cannot really expect yourself to build the AP damage, then you shouldn't build AP damage, which is like you shouldn't build a Liandry. You should just go with the Visage or some other like attack speed item like Rage Blade earlier than Liandry. Yeah, it's really depending on the situation. That's about it.